Hi, and welcome to Opus English. Are you learning English? Great! Let's improve your English with a very interesting story. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Let's get started.
Born on January 25, 1978, in the industrial city of Kryvyi Rih, Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky was raised in a Jewish family with a strong academic and professional background. His father, Oleksandr Zelensky, was a professor and head of the Department of Cybernetics and Computing Hardware at a local university, while his mother, Rima Zelenska, worked as an engineer. The family had deep intellectual roots, shaping young Volodymyr's curiosity and analytical mindset from an early age. Despite his family's emphasis on education and academic excellence, Zelensky displayed a natural flair for creativity and humor from childhood. He was known for his quick wit, ability to make people laugh, and an uncanny talent for impersonations. These qualities would later shape his unexpected career trajectory. Pursuing higher education, Zelensky enrolled at the Kryvyi Rih Institute of Economics, where he studied law. However, despite earning a degree, the legal profession never truly captivated him. Instead, his passion for performance and storytelling led him down an entirely different path, one that would eventually redefine Ukraine's political landscape. From a young age, Zelensky had a natural talent for performance, often entertaining friends and family with his sharp humor and spot-on impersonations. But what began as a simple passion soon evolved into a career that would propel him to national fame. During his university years, he joined a local comedy troupe that competed in KVN, a prestigious comedy competition that was widely popular in post-Soviet countries. His quick thinking, impeccable comedic timing, and leadership abilities quickly set him apart, earning him a reputation as one of the most promising comedians of his generation. Recognizing his potential, Zelensky and his closest colleagues founded Kvartal 95, a comedy production company that specialized in political satire and social commentary. The company became a powerhouse in Ukrainian entertainment, producing stand-up shows, television programs, and films that resonated with millions. Their performances cleverly mocked corrupt politicians, exposed societal injustices, and provided an unfiltered reflection of everyday life in Ukraine, something that deeply connected with the audience. Zelensky's biggest breakthrough came with the creation of the hit television series Servant of the People. The show told the story of a humble high school teacher who, after a viral rant against corruption, unexpectedly gets elected as Ukraine's president. The series was an instant success, capturing the frustration and aspirations of a nation longing for real change. His portrayal of an honest, reform-driven leader struck a chord with viewers, making him a household name not just as an entertainer but as someone who embodied the hopes of ordinary citizens. What started as satire soon blurred into reality. The show's popularity fueled conversations about whether a real-life outsider could lead the country, planting the seeds for a political movement that would soon change history. And this is where things take an unexpected turn, leading to one of the most shocking political upsets in modern history. The overwhelming success of Servant of the People did more than entertain, it ignited a conversation across Ukraine. If a fictional teacher could rise to power and fight corruption, why couldn't a real outsider do the same? The idea, once just a fantasy on television screens, started to take shape in reality. Viewers saw themselves in Zelensky's character, Vasyl Holoborodko, an honest man navigating a political system riddled with corruption. And soon, the lines between fiction and reality blurred completely. In 2018, fueled by growing public support and a desire to challenge Ukraine's entrenched political elite, Zelensky made a stunning announcement: he was running for president of Ukraine. Unlike traditional politicians, he had no prior government experience, no political background, and no ties to the oligarchs who had long dominated Ukrainian politics. His campaign was unconventional, relying on social media, viral videos, and direct engagement with the people rather than traditional rallies and debates. His message was simple yet powerful: fight corruption, bring transparency, and give power back to the people. He ran under the banner of a newly formed political party, aptly named Servant of the People, mirroring the fictional story that had made him famous. His campaign resonated with millions of Ukrainians who were disillusioned with years of government corruption, economic hardship, and political stagnation. As the 2019 elections approached, Zelensky's momentum only grew stronger. His biggest advantage? He was seen as an outsider, untouched by the system, someone who could genuinely bring change. His opponents dismissed him as a mere comedian, but the people saw him as a fresh alternative to the career politicians they had come to distrust. When election day arrived, the results were nothing short of historic. Zelensky secured a landslide victory, winning an astonishing 73% of the vote against the incumbent president, Petro Poroshenko. It was a decisive rejection of the old political order and a clear signal that the Ukrainian people were ready for something new. The man who once played a fictional president on television was now stepping into the role for real. But with great power came immense challenges. The road ahead would not be easy. Could a comedian-turned-president truly take on corruption, revitalize Ukraine's struggling economy, and stand up to powerful adversaries on the world stage? As Zelensky took office, the world watched with anticipation. The real test was about to begin. Upon taking office, Zelensky inherited a nation facing deep-rooted issues. Internal political struggles quickly surfaced, as he found. Never going to be easy, and Zelensky soon realized that true change required dismantling decades of political manipulation and economic exploitation. Determined to modernize Ukraine, he spearheaded digital reforms, pushing for e-government services that would minimize bureaucratic corruption and improve efficiency. His administration introduced online public services, reducing red tape and making government processes more transparent. These initiatives aim to make Ukraine more accessible and business-friendly, attracting foreign investments and fostering a more competitive economy. At the same time, Zelensky sought to strengthen Ukraine's ties with Europe and NATO, advocating for deeper integration with Western allies. This was met with resistance from Russia, which viewed Ukraine's pivot toward the West as a direct threat to its influence in the region. His push for NATO membership and European Union alignment put Ukraine on a collision course with one of the world's most powerful adversaries. As tensions with Russia escalated, Zelensky's presidency was about to face its most defining challenge yet, one that would not only test his leadership but determine the fate of an entire nation. In February 2022, the world watched in shock as Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Cities across the country were bombarded, millions of civilians faced immediate danger, and the Ukrainian government was put to the ultimate test. Many expected Ukraine's leadership to collapse, with high-ranking officials seeking refuge elsewhere. But Zelensky defied expectations in the most dramatic way possible. Instead of fleeing, he stood his ground. He remained in Kiev, refusing offers from Western allies to evacuate. When the United States reportedly suggested helping him escape to safety, his response was instant, resolute, and now legendary: "I need ammunition, not a ride." That single phrase galvanized a nation. It became a defining moment in modern history, cementing Zelensky's image as a fearless wartime leader. His decision to stay in Ukraine sent a powerful message, not only to his people but to the world: Ukraine would fight back, and they would fight to win. From that moment forward, Zelensky transformed into a symbol of Ukrainian resistance. He appeared in daily video addresses, often in military-style clothing, speaking directly to his citizens from the streets of Kiev, rallying their spirits in the face of overwhelming odds. His leadership inspired ordinary Ukrainians, teachers, shopkeepers, and office workers to take up arms and defend their homeland. The Ukrainian army, despite being significantly outmatched, showed remarkable resilience, turning what many expected to be a swift Russian victory into a prolonged and determined fight for survival. Beyond the battlefield, Zelensky took on another critical role, mobilizing international support. He addressed world leaders, parliaments, and organizations, pleading for military aid, sanctions against Russia, and economic assistance. His speeches, often emotional and delivered with unwavering conviction, resonated across the globe. Countries that had previously remained neutral took a stand, sending weapons, humanitarian aid, and financial support to Ukraine. Under his leadership, Ukraine managed to secure advanced weaponry from Western allies, including drones, missile systems, and anti-tank weapons. He also successfully pushed for unprecedented sanctions against Russia, crippling its economy and isolating it diplomatically. His ability to communicate directly with global audiences, whether through social media or direct appeals to international institutions, kept Ukraine at the forefront of global news, ensuring the country did not stand alone in its fight for sovereignty. But leadership in wartime is never without hardship. The toll of war was immense, millions of Ukrainians displaced, thousands of lives lost, entire cities reduced to rubble. Yet, through it all, Zelensky remained steadfast. He continued to advocate for his country's independence, refusing to negotiate under terms that would compromise Ukraine's sovereignty. By 2023, Ukraine had defied expectations, reclaiming territory and resisting Russian advances. The war was far from over, but one thing was clear: under Zelensky's leadership, Ukraine had proven itself to be a nation that would not bow to aggression. The world had witnessed an extraordinary transformation, from comedian to president, from outsider to wartime hero. And as history continues to unfold, one question remains: what will be Zelensky's ultimate legacy? Behind the political stage and media spotlight, Volodymyr Zelensky is a devoted husband and father. He is married to Alina Zelenska, an accomplished architect and screenwriter, who has played a crucial role in his life, both personally and professionally. Their relationship dates back to their school years, growing from a deep friendship into a lifelong partnership. Alina initially had reservations about his entry into politics, but over time, she became one of his most steadfast supporters, using her own platform to champion humanitarian efforts and social reforms. Together, they have two children, Alexandra, born in 2004, and Kirilo, born in 2013. Despite the demands of political life, Zelensky has always emphasized the importance of family. He has spoken in interviews about how his children ground him, providing moments of normalcy amidst the immense pressures of leadership. Even during Ukraine's most challenging times, he has found ways to remain connected with them, cherishing the brief but meaningful moments of family life. What truly sets Zelensky apart from many world leaders is his down-to-earth personality. He does not fit the mold of the traditional politician. Instead, he comes across as approachable, relatable, and deeply human. His background in comedy gave him an ability to connect with people effortlessly, whether through humor, authenticity, or an unwavering commitment to his nation's well-being. Even during wartime, his ability to rally spirits through humor and resilience has been a defining aspect of his leadership. One of his most notable traits is his ability to communicate directly with the public. Unlike many leaders who rely on carefully crafted statements, Zelensky often speaks in a straightforward, unfiltered manner. His daily video addresses, particularly during the war, have been widely praised for their honesty and emotional impact. Whether he's walking the streets of Kiev or visiting frontline troops, his presence exudes strength, empathy, and solidarity. Social media has played a massive role in shaping his public image. He uses platforms like Instagram and Twitter not only to provide updates on Ukraine's situation, but also to engage with world leaders and rally global support. His informal and often heartfelt messages starkly contrast the more rigid and scripted communications of traditional politicians, making him one of the most digitally savvy leaders of our time. Zelensky's public image is one of resilience, a leader who does not back down, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. He is widely respected not only in Ukraine but across the world. His journey from a comedian to a wartime president has made him a symbol of courage and defiance. While critics exist, even they acknowledge his ability to command attention, inspire his people, and keep Ukraine's struggle at the forefront of global consciousness. His leadership style is unconventional, yet deeply effective. His humor, once used for entertainment, now serves as a powerful weapon against fear and despair. His ability to remain composed under pressure, while still showing raw emotion when needed, has made him one of the most compelling figures of modern history. As the war continues and Ukraine fights for its survival, one thing remains clear: Zelensky is more than just a politician. He is a leader whose story continues to unfold, shaping the future of his country and leaving an indelible mark on history. Advocates for Ukraine's sovereignty, democracy, and future in Europe.